Say, oh, I just was walking by, saw your shop, decided to step in, have a little business. I think you could help.
For you? Of course. What is it that you need help with?
I would like to roll another perception, just to look at her hands and see how calloused they are.
Okay. Yeah, they're fucking, oh my goodness. They're thick, they're fucking charred. She looks like she could easily rub a pile with her bare hands if she wanted to. Smooth it down. She's a very big girl. She says, my name is Kikyo Taka, but you can call me Kikyo.
Nice to meet you, Kikia. My name's Ser. Yeah, I don't know if you're into the business of buying weapons, but I wonder if you wanted a little bit of this great club that I have.
You saying you have a great club to give me?
I do. Look and pull out and just fucking whip out this massive.
She's shocked. She's in awe. She says, oh, bigger than I expected. And she takes it from your hand.
Say nice, huh?
Yes, very good structure. While you're talking, she's like rubbing it with her charred hands. And you can see flakes of the gray club coming off.
She's sanding the club.
How about 50 gold pieces and I just visit you every now and then, big boy?
Kikyo, hear me out. Let's just make it an even 75 gold. I'll throw in this dart and you're welcome at our bar.
How about this? I have a proposition for you. I'll give you 65 gold and we go upstairs and tussle.
Kikyo, I'm very flattered, but unfortunately I cannot tonight. Let's leave it at the 50 gold.
75 gold pieces.
Kikyo, I'd like to learn who you are first.
I'm all woman.
I'd like to get to
100 gold pieces.
Andy, you really want this to happen?
100 gold pieces.
You know what, Kikyo? I think I will accept your
Okay, she tosses you. Or no, she drags you downstairs forcefully. And y'all have a very romantic night. Ooh, Hey, scream for a little bit.
I don't even know what the. Oh God! What? This is unexpected. What's happening?
All right, you can go now.
I walk out a little bit ashamed, but.
To be fair, Bridges, just so you know, there are other stores you can go to. Like, you don't have to take any of these deals. A little sore alongside a couple bruises and scratches, Ser finally managed to sell off his items. But as he looked at the time, his date with Aerise at the opera was beginning to near. He needed to head back to the tavern to meet up with her and see how things were going.
But yeah, do you happen to have a suit, or do we need to stop by a store on the way?
I'm good. Yeah, I have one.
As soon as both of you turn the corner into the Sea Ward, you immediately find yourselves in front of a grand building standing 4 stories high. Sharply dressed Waterdeep natives can be seen pulling up to the front of the building, offering their gaudy and expensive stagecoaches to the servants to park in the back. From outside, you can hear the faint sounds of opera and a cacophony of hushed voices.
All right, sir, where are our tickets?
Boom. Oh shit.
As you get up closer, you see the bouncer to the establishment. It's a very tall attendant with an owl head. Greetings. Greetings.
Good evening.
How are you this fine night?
Fantastic. How about yourselves?
We're doing well. Just visited the tailor, got my suit all cleaned up.
Do you have tickets to the Lightsinger Theater?
We've been summoned, actually, to meet with an associate of ours, a man named Mert.
Do you know of this?
I cannot speak on details of our customers inside.
I go to pull out my tickets and I say, fuck, I must have left them at the bar. Is there any way we could get a replacement ticket?
Unfortunately, sir, I cannot allow you in unless you have a ticket.
How about, I don't think you understand who this man is, sir.
I think, judging from the brown color of his attire, and he looks at Sir like kind of in disgust. Somebody places their hand on your shoulder, Aerise. Two individuals, one masked man, a tiefling girl right next to him. Wait a minute, Aerise Moreau, is that you? Aerise Moreau, it's your great friend. Aerise, it's Tiberius Cognito. Remember, we were inside of that weird haunted house, and there were weird ghost girls or something like that. Oh, and we had some other people with us. Whatever happened to that druid girl you were friends with?
Oh, best not ask too many questions about that.
Oh, yes. Quite some times. Oh, who is your friend?
This is my friend, Sir. He and I are currently in an adventuring company, but we also own a tavern on the other side of town.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we must catch up. So much has happened. What's it been? 5-7 years? I don't really know. Time kind of works a little weird. The attendant looks at you and he says, Lord Cognito? I'm sorry, I did not know they were your guest. Of course they can come in. And he says, of course, no problems, dear lad. And he passes the attendant a couple dragons. Master Cognito, we should invite them to the circus. What do you think? Ah, yes, of course. And he brings up two completely black cards. And on the cards, it says, these are very special tickets. It gives you backstage pass.
Thank you, Tiberius. This is amazing. Yeah, I can't wait.
Of course. The tickets give you, it's for yourself and a +1 if either one of you want to bring anybody.
Thank you. Yeah, we probably will. Yeah, we have a whole group.
I must say I'm particularly a fan of the fire breathers.
The little tiefling girl chimes in and she says, they're not called fire breathers. That's kind of offensive.
You'll have to forgive, sir. He is from a very strange place, very far off.
Master Cognito, I don't really like this turtle man. He's kind of rude. Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, and stop by the tavern sometime. We're still fixing it up, but I mean, we do have some drinks and stuff there.
And he bids you both a lovely day at the opera, and he hurries off into the upper decks. Scene transition.
Can we walk around the opera before it begins? Get a little feel, a little layout of the land.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very grand, very beautiful opera house. There's kind of this like gold lined statues of old opera singers, kind of like Greek statues. You see a lady on the front stage kind of like preparing her vocals.
How's the stonework here?
Very, very good. Very immaculate. Some would say that it comes from the great Mycelia kingdom.
I would like to just walk up to one of the Mycelia stones and just kind of touch it with my hand. Aerise may or may not notice a little glint in my eye. A little tear.
Aerise does notice, and she just gives him a weird look behind his back.
I just I shake it off and I say, "Oh, Aerise, your two friends. They were so nice. Where do you know them from?"
Well, back a couple years ago, I guess 7 or 5, 7. I don't know. It's been a little bit now, but we used to be adventurers together, and we had an encounter. He's a great actor. Probably one of the greatest in the world. I'm glad that he has his own circus now.
I would like to once again just brush the stones with my hand. I get kind of like a slightly sad 1,000-yard stare, you know? Aerise, did you know that these stones actually have a very unique property? In certain cases, not all of them, but certain blocks of stone, you can actually contain any item that you would like, imperceivable to the eyes from the outside, unless a strong force interacts with the stone, and then boop, out pops this little item.
Fun fact, you have to headbutt them.
I think that would give me some brain damage, but maybe your strong turtle skull could find something.
They only come from one place in the world. Very, very wonderful stone. Has many uses.
Is it your homeland, sir? Do these come from...
These do actually. This was a fine export.
Why did Mark and Louis chase you out? You never said.
Mark and Louis, I'd like to As he says these names, I kind of claw just a little bit into the stone wall as I'm touching. I say, "Oh, look at that! I believe I see a sign for, uh, for box C."
And you've reached box C. It's kind of like a private room. It's enclosed. It's gold lined on the sides. You notice in the top left hand corner an insignia of a harp, and in the middle of the harp is a crescent moon.
Is it a waning or waxing crescent moon?
Waning. 100%
good,
waning.
Good. Oh
100% waning.
I was worried.
Yes, of course.
Well, let's not.
And as you knock, you hear a voice from outside that says, "Come in." Yeah, as you go into the room, you see it's very, very, very fancy. There's lines of alcohol and foods and fruits, vegetables, and there's a big chair. There's a big window that kind of overlooks the theater, and it looks over onto the bottom of the stage where the opera singer is. And inside of in the middle is a big seat, like a big couch, on each side, 2 couches on each side. And there's a man sitting in the middle. "Hello there. Hi.
How are you, my good sir?"
The moment I found out about this man, I was like, I gotta have him in a D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Bro, who is that?
He's like an old noble for hundreds of years ago, and he was deformed.
The last Habsburg ruler of Spain, so inbred and deformed that he couldn't have children.
"You must be Sir. I see you've gotten my invitation."
Ah, yes.
I
Is Mer-
help myself to some fruit real quick.
Of course, and feel free to have a drink. Who's your friend? I'm glad you brought someone.
This is, this is...
He goes on to introduce Aerise, but this motherfucker, he just stutters so much that it takes him 10 minutes, okay? That's it. "Well, Aerise, it's nice to meet you.
Of course, Aerise Moreau, at your service.
My name is Mert. I don't know why, but you seem oddly familiar. I'm sure you've gotten my invitation and read it, right?"
Yeah, it was a very vague invitation. May I ask what?
"I am part of a group of people who have many connections, and we got word of your magnificent upbringings and interesting past.
As he says this, I kind of dart my eyes around to see who.
You see, they call us the Harpers, and we believe a perfect world is to preserve knowledge, music, and art. To destroy such things would go against the balance of the world."
I would say art carries with it many messages that should be shared. And
Yes, and we've seen the activities that you all have done in the past few days, and we'd like to offer you an invitation, and possibly your friend Aerise here, if she would be interested.
assuming we agree, what would that entail?
As you may have heard, we have a problem with a certain individual in the city that has come recently, and he seems to be running amok and causing all sorts of different chaos. We want to make sure that the history behind Waterdeep is kept safe.
Have you ever read The Art of the Bard? You might be interested in it.
The Art of the Bard? No, I have not. Who wrote it?
One of our companions, a man named Donnie Triumphant.
Never heard of him.
Well, he assures me he's quite big in foreign lands, but...
Nope, never heard of him.
Okay.
I've been on this earth for 50 years and I've never heard that name ever. There is somebody named Lloyd Triumphant, but there's no way that's him.
You know of another Triumphant?
Oh yes, down in the city of Savon. Owns a lot of different things. Never heard if he had any children though.
Who happens to be this individual, and what kind of trouble is he causing? Is he burning books or trying to change history?
As not many people are trying to get this news to go out. His name's the Game Master, and recently he's been going around burning all kinds of things and causing all kinds of destruction. He has a little wine glass too, and he's twirling the rim of the wine glass.
So what is it you need from us?
Well, first of all, I need to test Sir.
A test? What kind of test?
One of my contacts goes by the name of 3, has befriended a group of doppelgangers in the city. I think a group of doppelgangers would be highly beneficial in finding the game master. My contact will be in the alleyways near the yawning portal. If you contact him, he will give you more details on what exactly I need you to do.
I can go talk to this man.
To find him in the first place, just give out the secret call.
The secret call of the Harpers?
Yes, the secret call of the Harpers. It goes like this. I said, certified freak, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak woo. Just make sure you say that to him and he'll know exactly what's happening. Be sure it's that exactly, otherwise he won't talk to you. Why are you laughing? This phrase has been in our organization for many, many years. It comes from the long line of kings and queens, the big warrior queen back in the day. Yes, her name was Cardivius Bell. And her friend, Megan the Stallion. Strong queens.
Words of their deeds reached even up to Sphera's. Their dance was quite the trend. All in the days of my youth, watching all the elvish nobles drop it low and swing it around.
And a little tear comes down his eye. Well, I mean, it comes down his nose because his nose is in the way of his eye. But anyways, just go talk to him and he'll let you know what's up. Well, I bid you adieu, and I hope we have a long-standing relationship. To you, sir, and he, a little glint in his eye comes up, and he says, au revoir, bona fiança. Finally, our lovebirds would make their way to the legendary Yawning Portal Inn, owned by the infamous Durnan, an individual who had helped the party get started in Waterdeep. But little did they know just what was in store for them.
I would like to use my turtle vocals to just hum to the beat of Wet Ass Pussy.
I wonder if Bonnie's working tonight.
It catches the ears of one particular individual. His face is kind of cloaked over, so he's not really looking up, but you do notice a bit of a shift in his movement.
As I walk closer instead of approaching him, just once I'm within proper earshot, I'd like to kind of start snapping my finger to the beat. I said certified freak, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak. Woo, ah.
And he takes off his cloak, and sir, you actually recognize this person. It's your friend, 3 Strings, that you met in the beginning of the game. Sir? You're in the Harpers too?
Kind of. In a sense, this is like my initiation. How have you been? It's been so long.
Yeah, it's been some time. I'm surprised to see you here.
How are you, 3 Strings?
Oh yes, I talk to your friend Bonnie all the time. She's always talking about you. And you kind of notice that when he's talking about Bonnie, he kind of blushes a little bit.
Does somebody have a crush?
Hey, it's not like that. She's great and all. I just think she's a really good friend.
Do you know if she's working tonight? I can put in a good word for you.
Sure, I guess so. But I guess we should get down to business. Well, there's about 5 doppelgangers that are supposed to be coming throughout the night. What we need you to do there in the private room B up on the 2nd floor of the tavern, Durnan should know a little bit more. He should know exactly what we're doing. I just need you to interview them and, I guess determine their worth, see if they're trustworthy enough to join the Harpers. Well, one of them is upstairs in a private room B. This one, I'm be honest with you, I'm gonna ask y'all to take this one with a little bit of care. Just a favor from me, if that's cool.
I got you, 3 Strings. I got you.
And you go to private room B. When you go inside, you see a young. What you see is a young girl, and she's got a bag over her head. How's it going? It's nice to meet you. Unfortunately, I can't really see right now.
Do you mind if we take this bag off?
Sure. Actually, it would be much appreciated. You realize that in front of you is Bonnie.
Bonnie!
The innkeeper. Aerise! Oh, it's so nice to see you.
I
Oh,
give Bonnie a big hug immediately.
oh my goodness, she hugs you back. She says, oh, I didn't know you were one of the Harpers.
Well, not really, but also I'm here to help, so.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Oh, so what have y'all been up to all night?
Honestly, running here and there, Bonnie, I tell you what, it's been crazy.
Well, I hope the night's been treating you right.
Yeah, we ran into an old friend, Tiberius. I don't know if I told you about him when we were first hanging out back in the day.
Ah, yes. Oh, I do recall you telling me a story about how you thought he was like a goblin or something.
Well, yeah, it was odd. Business.
Bonnie, you already mentioned the Harpers. How do you know about them already?
I was talking to Three Strings. She kind of smiles a little bit. And, well, I guess he just kind of found out. Over the past few months, we've gotten pretty close. And, I just kind of told him that I was a doppelganger. Something that I'm scared. I'm usually very scared to reveal to people.
First question: have you ever read The Art of the Bard?
Oh, is that book that your friend wrote?
Exactly. Okay, I think that's 1 point in her favor.
Yes, he gave me a copy the other day when he tried to hit on me.
We're just a little word association. I'm gonna say one word, and I want you to say what comes to mind. Art.
Fantastic.
Music.
I like listening to it, but I guess who doesn't?
Performance.
Acting.
The lute.
Jonathan Travolta.
I think we're good with that. Reese, you have history with her, don't you?
Bonnie and I have been friends for a long time. Bonnie is about as trustworthy a soul as you can possibly find on this earth. I trust her completely.
Bonnie, I guess welcome to the Harpers.
Oh, and I think you should ask out Three Strings. I really do. I think he likes you.
Oh, you think so? Oh, she starts blushing.
Just a feeling I got.
Oh, I don't know. Relationships and secret organizations tend to go a little wary sometimes.
Sometimes, but I don't know, Bonnie. I mean, it seems like you have a good thing here, you know?
You know what? I think I will. Anyways, my friend Williford Crowell is probably going to be here soon. So I guess you could wait for a little bit. Y'all want anything to drink? I'll go ask Dernan for something.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a water.
Can I have some muddy water?
I can go get mud from outside.
Alright, I think we're ready for the next interview.
Is it fine if I smoke a little bit?
Of course. What kind of things do you usually do for fun?
Oh, I like to peruse the town and just people watch most of the time. But most of the time I'm usually busy working.
Do you know of any art stores near here, by the way?
Gigglebud's Art Emporium and Gerald Boo Boo's finger painting school for children.
Carol Boo Boo.
I'ma tell you, I'm gonna make it big in this city one day. I don't know when, but I'm gonna make it big.
How long have you been playing the banjo?
No, probably almost all my life, to be honest with you. I picked it up since I was a baby. But the banjo is a creature of beauty, let me tell you.
So we have here a Sword of Truth.
Hey, I wish my girl said I got something this big, but I don't.
I mean, you seem like an upright man, so hopefully this doesn't take too long.
What does he think about the Game Master?
I don't know what he thinks about the Game Master. I just know that he wasn't telling the truth when he said that he thought it was sickening. What do you do for a living?
I'm actually a bartender.
Do make use of a Sword of Truth. I don't know if you know what that is.
I'm assuming it's a sword of truth.
I promise nothing will happen with it.
I surely hope not. I'm excited. I don't have to sign anything, do I?
No. Committed any major crimes since arriving in Waterdeep.
I'll be honest, I think I jaywalked once.
Do you consider literature art?
I was just reading through this book that some dude gave me. It's called The Art of the Bard.
At hearing those words, Aerise leans over to Ser and quietly whispers, "I think this is an absolute yes."
That you have an ability now. It's called Minor Aid. So once a day, faction agent like an apprentice, wizard, thug, or spy will help you for that day. To call them is you have to say, I said certified freak, 7 days a week, wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak, woo. And that is the only way to call them. Good work, y'all. That's the end of y'all's D&D date night. Sup, y'all? Thanks for watching another episode of Dungeons and Dragons. Next week is going to be Donnie Triumphant and Sark's duo date session. Yeah, make sure to subscribe if you like the series. Peace.